In my last video in this series, I told you everything about slow processing speed due to emotional interference. In this video, I want to answer the questions, what's the connection? What's the connection between slow processing speed and ADHD? And how does ADHD affect slow processing speed? I'll soon get to the answers, but first, I want to tell you this. Research indicates that processing speed problems cut across and affect many academic, behavioral, and emotional difficulties, with the largest group affected being kids with ADHD. In addition, research shows that 61% of kids with slow processing speed will meet criteria for a diagnosis of ADHD. Now let's move on to my two questions. 1. What's the connection between slow processing speed and ADHD? A part of the answer can be found in neuroscience research. Neuroscience research suggests that the biological cause is that the premotor and prefrontal circuits of the brain of ADHD kids may be slower in their state of preparedness to respond to external stimuli. Therefore, for some kids with ADHD, slower processing occurs between observing and acting. So they observe something, and for some kids with ADHD, it takes more time before they act. 2. How can ADHD affect slow processing speed? Children with a predominantly inattentive subtype of ADHD may have a sluggish cognitive tempo. They typically daydream, stare off, and appear spacey. They may be lethargic, mentally foggy, underactive, and slow-moving. Their work is often slow and error-prone. Their brain activity shows patterns of under-arousal in the portion of the brain associated with focus and planning. In addition, children with ADHD typically exhibit poor executive functions. What are executive functions? Well, executive functions are brain-based behaviors which contribute to effective functioning. There's this guy, Thomas Brown. He's a psychologist at Yale University, and he has developed the following useful model of executive functions. So here are the functions, according to Brown, which are impaired in ADHD. So on the left, we see organizing, prioritizing, and activating to work, and that comes down to 1, activation. And then we have focusing, sustaining, and shifting attention to tasks, and that comes down to 2, focus. Then we have regulating alertness, sustaining effort, and processing speed, and that comes down to 3, effort. Next, we have managing frustration and modulating emotions, and that comes down to 4, emotion. The next one is utilizing working memory and accessing recall, and that comes down to 5, memory. And the last one is monitoring and self-regulating action, and that comes down to 6, action. Some students take more time to complete tasks due to trouble with activation. So a student may not begin a task due to problems organizing time or materials, or due to reluctance, uncertainty, lack of confidence, or anxiety. Other students may take more time to complete tasks because of problems maintaining focus. As time is passing, these students may be distracted or daydreaming, drawn to other, more interesting stimuli. Effort includes processing speed as well as mental stamina. When effort is a problem, the child's work pace is very slow, and he may complain that his brain is very tired. When the problem is emotional, on the other hand, children find it hard to regulate their feelings. They might melt down when they start a work or when they encounter a frustrating task, or they might refuse to work. Yeah, that's right. Be argumentative or have tantrums. Problems in working memory can add to the time it takes a child to complete tasks. After reading a paragraph, a child with poor working memory may forget what he just read and need to read it again. Or she may stop working on a class assignment because she forgot the directions. Finally, when action is a problem, the child has trouble sitting still, fidgets with objects, or may want to stand or walk around when working. An additional issue which children with ADHD face is having a poor sense of time. For them, time seems to go more slowly during tasks they feel are boring, while moving more quickly during tasks they find interesting. When planning work tasks, a child with ADHD may underestimate how much time the task will take, and when playing, the child may be unaware of how much time has passed. Taken together, poor executive functions and poor time sense can make homework take hours to complete and create major stress. This information came from these websites. You'll find these links below this video. Did you have ADHD and have you experienced slow processing speed due to your ADHD? I don't have ADHD, so I haven't, but if you have, please let me know about it in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, you know where. In 2 weeks, well, before I say that, let me just remind you, please subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. In 2 weeks, I will be back with a new video in this series on intellectual giftedness. Till then, I only want to say 3 things. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye for now.